So I lived on campus my freshman year and then part of sophomore year. And I decided to move off campus because I didn't feel like I had a lot of friends, and my roommate situation was kind of weird. Like we got along okay. It was just like her value system and her beliefs were so different than mine. I decided that I would move off campus because like I said, I didn't really have a lot of friends. So I was like, what's the difference between living at home and living on campus? So then I did that for a year and a half, I guess, yeah. And then last year at fall conference, I decided, well, I didn't decide right then, but I felt like I was being called to come and live back on campus. I talked to some friends about it, and they just encouraged me to like pray about it and everything, and they kind of wanted me to make the decision to move on campus my second semester of junior year, but I kind of like was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like I was kind of resistant to what God was wanting me to do. I kind of made the decision to move back just for senior year because I felt like I was being called to live back in the dorms. I just kind of felt like, I don't know, like I guess kind of like restless, like with where I was in my life. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but I just kind of felt like something needed to change, and like I wasn't exactly sure what that was because at the time I was kind of like, I don't want to live back on campus, but after like talking with people about it and praying about it a lot, I was like, okay, this is like something I should do. And, like one thing that kept coming up was like, it's going to be uncomfortable to live on campus again, just because I am a senior and like I'm used to like having my own room and like not eating gross Esker food sometimes. But God definitely calls us to be uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, that's fine, because I'm doing what God wants me to do. Well, it's definitely uncomfortable at times. Having like a random roommate, I don't know her, but I mean, that's uncomfortable. And then like sharing a bathroom with like however many girls, it's never fun. It's not uncomfortable all the time, it's just kind of the transition back into living in the dorms again was like a hard time. So the two main reasons that I kind of have for living back on campus was to live in Christian community with other people so that I can grow in my faith and help other people grow in their faith. And then to live in community with non-believers. Living on campus is a really good way to like live out your faith. Like you said before, like we're never going to be able to live like this close to people ever again in our lives. Really think living in community with both non-believers and believers is a really good reason to live back on campus. I want to invest in people the way like other people invest in me. I saw the way that other people were living and I was like, wow, like I want to be living like that, and I want to help other people get to that point. I want to be able to help people like discover what God wants them to do in their lives and like help them walk through their faith and become stronger in their faith. Just like what other people have done for me in the past. Don't do it. Don't do it. It might seem like a better option because you kind of have your own space, but it's really hard to reach out to people if you live in an apartment. It's way easier to be like, hey, like a bunch of us are like gonna go do homework in the basement of one of the halls. Like, come and hang out with us, or like, let's go grab like dinner at Esker. If you live off campus, you don't have like, I guess as many opportunities to hang out with people, like, because you're not always on campus. I don't know, I guess I could use like my position as a life group leader to do that, because I want to be able to help people like grow in their faith. I want to help people work through things in their life, just like people in the past have helped me do that through InterVarsity. So I want to be like that positive like role model in people's lives. I want to be able to like help people work through stuff, and I want to like lead by example with the way I'm living and show people kind of not what they're supposed to do, but be a good example. Inviting your friends to like hang out with you or come hang out with us like whenever we're doing like InterVarsity events, that's a good way. Always eating with people is a good way to do that, because everyone needs to eat. You don't have to have like a spiritual conversation with someone per se all the time, but just like letting them know that you care about them as a person will open that door eventually. Live on campus, do it. Live on campus.